Chapter 5. The Irony of Letting Go. When holding on is holy. For as long as I can remember, letting go was sold to me as the ultimate healing, as if the only thing standing between me and my freedom was my stubborn grip on things that no longer served me. The signs of release were everywhere. Just let it go. Move on. Surrender. Yoga classes, spiritual circles, gurus, and self-help books all promise a switch, an on-off mastery that could flip your reality if only you'd let it. But here's the catch. Letting go is not always an act of strength. It can reveal as an act of avoidance. Sometimes the more courageous thing is to stay with what aches, to hold it, to let it move through you, not as a crisis, but as a recomposition. There was a time when my grip was so tight on memories, relationships, versions of myself I had outgrown. Not so much because I loved suffering, but because those things were bonded to my sense of self. Letting them go felt like erasing parts of my own story. The fear of the void that would result from it was frightening, so I didn't. Many times, even now, I have held on. But with time, I've learned to hold differently, more like an open palm, still there, still present, just maybe not suffocating it. Grief, I feel, is not a problem to be solved, but rather a wave to be ridden. It's usually not polite, as it arrives uninvited. But when you let it have you, even fully, it teaches you something about tenderness and reverence, about love in its rawest form, because it doesn't give you a shortcut through it. And mostly, you don't have to tidy it up for public appearance. And that's the irony for me, because we crave to let go of discomfort so quickly, we ended up performing wellness while bypassing the mess. So quick to curate healing stories for Instagram, editing them for digestibility while the truth simmers beneath. But healing isn't a story arc with a templated conclusion. You don't owe anyone a well-packaged narrative of how you moved on. Sometimes, really, the most sacred thing is to stay in limbo, allowing ourselves to be in between. What if there is no arrival, no resolution, just a quiet act of being with what is? Letting go is often painted as peace, the final act of surrender that sets us free. But what if it's not peace, just another form of love? The kind of love that holds memory, that honors what was, while still making space for what could be, without pretending to have arrived. There's a difference between being entangled and being attached. The first suffocates. The second can be held with reverence, grounding us without burden. It keeps us connected to what matters while giving us the freedom to move. Our bodies know the first and foremost. If breath is held too tightly, it becomes a constriction. But when we exhale slowly and deliberately, it isn't gone but transformed. It can be released, but only after being fully felt. It's not about forcing ourselves to drop what we're not ready to release, but about softening the grip, giving ourselves the permission to carry what still needs to be carried with tenderness. I've come to believe that the things we struggle to let go of often carry lessons we haven't fully digested. They linger, not to punish us, but to remind us, asking for acknowledgement, to be seen in their entirety before they can be transformed and released. So, the next time someone tells you to let it go, ask yourself, is this something that needs to be dropped? Or is it something that needs to be held differently? Maybe in the Museum of the Heart, some exhibits are permanent and their beauty deepens with time. We are allowed to change, to hold on, to let go, to do both in your own time, without a timeline, without an audience, without a polished ending. Healing, it's not about erasing, but about integration. Holding the parts of you that once hurt or clung or feared and loving them into softness. And sometimes the deepest release begins with the simplest act of staying.